Because the chakras are not regarded as physical by conventional Western medicine, they have difficulty accepting their existence. And yet, Eastern and Chinese healing systems have not only known about the energy centers, but they've utilized them in their treatments for thousands of years. The chakras resemble little whirling wheels of energy on what is called the etheric level, which is a refined energy frequency much more subtle than the physical. The chakras are subtle energy centers, and they act as doorways through which emotional, mental, and spiritual energies flow in and out of your body. So these are little openings through which your beliefs and your emotions are processed and stored. So another way to think of them is somewhat like little computers. Each has a unique way of processing and storing your mental and emotional experiences. Now, as of today, I've now done more than 50,000 individual healing and intuitive consciousness clearing sessions over the past 50 years. And most all of those have included chakra clearing and chakra cleansing techniques. And in that time, I have found what works, and I found what also doesn't work. So because most people function solely through their five senses, they're pretty much unaware of subtle energy. However, many have heard that there is a field of energy that surrounds you and interpenetrates you. It's sometimes called your biofield or simply your aura. And the nature of this energy is so subtle that it's not picked up by conventional scientific instruments. And yet there is a device that can detect incredibly small fields. This device is called a superconducting quantum interference device, or a SQUID for short. And I know a person who has access to this type of machine, and he told me that with this device, he's actually able to detect the location of the chakras. What I find remarkable is the human brain is such a sophisticated device that it's possible for a person to learn to become sensitive enough to perceive subtle energy fields, including the aura and the chakra system. But it's not like seeing with your physical eyes. So it took me years to develop a capability to not only see the subtle energy patterns, but more importantly, to understand what I'm seeing and to know what to do to clear, heal, and balance out these systems. So now as a result, I'm able to share some rather remarkable techniques that I've discovered that I think you'll find interesting and helpful. The chakra system is constantly responding to your everyday experiences. Generally, the chakras are described as being either open or closed. And an open chakra allows life force energy to pass freely in and out through the chakra system. A closed chakra system creates an energy blockage, and that can result in a whole variety of problems, including physical issues and mental issues and emotional issues. So a free flow of life force energy is vital to your health and well-being. It's generally stated that we have 7 major chakras, but there are also numerous little minor chakras. Most of the chakra clearing focuses on the 7 major chakras. The nature of what is stored and processed in each chakra has 3 major components. One component is composed of your feelings and your emotions. A second aspect is something like pictures or movies of events that have happened in your past, and especially those that made an impression. And the third component is a whole mental collection of beliefs and conclusions that came to you from your experiences and those you've observed. And in addition, Each chakra also has an influence on the physical body in the vicinity of each chakra. So that could include your organs and glands and systems. Some of the energy patterns can be deeply embedded and laid down in layers. So it can take time to peel through all those layers. And it's a little bit like digging through piles of trash that you've had laid down over the years and even lifetimes. But beneath all the clutter is where your soul is. So the more you uncover and clear, the more light and the more healing energies are positively able to come through and flow in your life. Now, sometimes it's said that an issue belongs to a specific chakra. For example, something troubling a person from a person's childhood might be called a second chakra issue. Or a person may be enraged with anger and feel their stomach tied knots, which is the area of the third chakra. And so while each chakra does have certain unique characteristics, I've also found that almost all the issues have components in several of the chakras. So even if you're dealing with an issue which is primarily focused in a particular chakra, it's also good to address it in all the chakras because you'll find reactions and memories and components of each event in your life usually processed through each of the chakras. So for each chakra cleansing or healing, there are methods. And I call this healing from the outside in or healing from the inside out. Healing from the outside in are the more common ones. They make use of external sources of subtle energy, maybe laying on of hands, oral raking, pranic healing, Reiki, polarity therapy, color and light therapy, crystals and gemstones, sound therapy such as chanting, gongs and music, and many other approaches. And while all the procedures do have some value and can produce really good results, sometimes, unless the underlying issues causing difficulties are more specifically addressed, the healing from the outside in procedure may have limited or temporary value because they are not specific to what is causing the conclusion or the condition or the blockage. On the other hand, if these techniques are combined with healing from the inside out, then the procedures can be much more helpful. So one of the methods of chakra clearing from the inside out is through meditation, specific types of meditations. And I have a comprehensive audio program called Chakra Healing. It contains 12 guided meditations with each chakra clearing from the inside out. And there are really way too many issues and specific details in the meditations for clearing each chakra to include in this video. That program's hours long. In clearing the chakras, you can get somewhat involved, and it can also be time-consuming because every aspect of your past and present can affect the chakras. So the meditations in the chakra healing program will help you identify the unique kinds of issues that you're likely to find in each of the 7 major chakras. And I also have a book on Amazon titled Chakra Power Secrets, Cleansing, Clearing, and Balancing Your Chakras. If you've had energy healing type work done in the past, you've been told that one or more of your chakras is closed or blocked. And there are practices that you can do to help change this. So here's a few simple things that can help you to begin opening up your chakras. Now, if your chakras are completely blocked, it might be necessary to have the help of a professional healer to help you open and clear them. This takes time and it takes patience, but it can be done if you truly want to experience chakra healing and take your energy level to new levels. So I'm going to start with the root energy chakra exercise. It's one of the simplest, and yet one of the most important things that you can do on a regular basis to help keep your energy clear of negative energy or even being influenced by other people's energy. The root chakra is your first chakra. It's at the base of your spine, and it opens downward. To open the root chakra, you can undertake practices like yoga, tai chi, or even simply walking and doing mindful meditations. But perhaps the most important practice you can do on a daily basis to clear and open your first chakra is grounding. And I've devised a very powerful and very specific approach to grounding that will give you noticeable results that you can even feel and notice physically. One of the practical aspects of this method is that you can do it in less than a minute or two. And I'm going to alert you ahead of time. It takes me longer to explain how to do it than actually it will take you to do it. So this is a good way to start your day, each day. I call it 8-point grounding. And I've had people who play tennis, pickleball, golf, bowling, volleyball, basketball, and other sports tell me they notice significant improvement in their performance when they're well grounded using this technique, even if they have to stop play for a few seconds to reinforce the grounding connection. While all grounding methods can be helpful, what I'll explain shortly takes this grounding to much greater levels. So I'm not suggesting you discontinue whatever grounding you're doing because they're probably quite helpful, but you can incorporate them with the methods that I'm going to be explaining here. It makes use of what you'll probably think is a visualization, but because of the intentions behind the visualization, the energies of strong, subtle energy forces are engaged. And although I'm using the word visualization, you actually don't even need to see anything, because in the realm of subtle energy, your intentions are the driving force that makes it all effective. All of this technique is best done in a light meditative state, or at least with your eyes closed. And it's best if done in a seated position. So you could do this sitting on the edge of your bed or in a chair. Use a tree stump image going all the way down to the center of the earth. And imagine that you are sitting on a tree stump. This tree stump's 3 feet in diameter. It goes straight down to the center of the earth, and it hooks on there with thousands of strong roots. Your first chakra is at the base of your spine, and it opens downward. And with the tree stump all the way down to the center of the earth, you're well connected to the center of the earth. I suggest that you make the grounding columns earth tone colors, such as light tan. The color of wood works well. You can use a lot of other colors, but silver and gold don't work very well for grounding, but you can use almost any other color. Once you have the grounding column in place, you create 2 more grounding columns, one inside the other. One is 2 feet in diameter, and then one down the center of that one, 1 foot in diameter. And you put thousands of roots at the base of each column, and you anchor them firmly to the energetic center of the earth. And you can be very specific with your intention if you'd like. You can stipulate 25,000 roots, or whatever number suggests to you a very strong anchoring connection. You want to be very deliberate when you anchor the column strongly to your first chakra at the base of the spine and binding the roots to the core of the earth. You don't need to say this process out loud, but you'll find it's more effective if you move your lips and describe to yourself what you are doing while you're doing it. You want to be sure that the grounding stays the same diameter all the way down, because I've noticed that what a lot of people do after they've been doing it for a few weeks is they become a little careless with the grounding and they don't hold the diameter all the way down and they allow it to taper off like a carrot and maybe never even reach the center of the earth. And for this method to be effective, you must keep it the same diameter all the way down and you must anchor it to the center of the earth. You want to check the grounding column periodically and keep it clean. And you do that simply by setting some golden light. I usually use a ball of golden light, or if it seems like there's something stuck to the grounding column, use golden scrub brushes to clean it. I'll usually make like a big round scrub brush that goes down the middle, and I spin it and send it all the way down. And that'll clear out any energy that's clogging it up, because energy will clog it up from time to time. If you think of the grounding column kind of like a drain in a tub or a shower, it's like plumbing, and it can eventually clog up. But if you have the grounding in place, it gives a place for negative energy to escape and leave your body and leave your aura. So if you don't keep it clean, then you won't completely release the old energy, and it can even clog up and start backing up. So it's really easy to clear. You just send some golden light down, and that'll keep it working. Once the grounding columns are in place, you can release negative energy and other people's energy on you down the grounding column, sending it deep into the earth where it's instantly neutralized. If you don't provide a way to release negative energy, it can build up in your body and it can build up in your aura, and it can lead to problems. And this is a major reason why a lot of people feel stuck or blocked in some area of their life. So it's worth taking a few extra seconds each day to send a ball of golden light down the grounding connection to keep it clean and clear. Now, I've only addressed the first chakra so far, but you can also attach smaller columns. I usually make them 6 inches in diameter and attach it to the second, third, and fourth chakra. And also attach one to what's called the limbic system in the brain and the brain stem, which is also called the reptilian brain. And when you hook up these grounding columns, think of them as traveling down through the center of your body, down the center of the larger columns attached to your first chakra at the base of the spine. And then once you have this 8-point grounding system in place, I'll tell you how to use it to clear anything, negative things or blocking things. Now, you'll probably need to check a chart or a picture on the internet of what the limbic system looks like, or what the brainstem looks like, or where it is, to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. Those are areas that produce and process a lot of negative kinds of emotions. So if you ground them, you'll find it to be very stabilizing. Now, I'll give you an example here of clearing something from what's called the chakra of the inner child. This is the second chakra. And anybody who's experienced abuse or neglect as a child knows that this experience can have enormous effects on how you view and deal with the world around you. The second chakra, below the navel, is referred to sometimes as the home of the inner child, because it stores much of your childhood experiences that created an impact on you. Another example of a block to a chakra is tension in the upper abdomen. This is where the third chakra is, and where fear, worry, guilt, and anxiety are often centered. And so when this chakra is blocked with emotional issues like this, a person can experience butterflies in their stomach, or tightness, or indigestion, or have panic or anxiety attacks, or feel paranoid. Other conditions that contribute to the chakra imbalance are cultural conditioning, a limited or inflexible belief system, bad habits, physical injuries or emotional reactions, a lack of attention, feeling shut down, and other kinds of coping and defense mechanisms that a person has developed in life in order to deal with problems. Chakra balancing can also be done from the outside in. And there are several methods that a person can utilize to put things back into balance. I mentioned some outside in healing methods such as yoga, Tai Chi, Qigong, even physical exercise, Reiki, emotional freedom technique, or the use of a pendulum, crystals, gemstones, music, gongs, other types of um, sound healing. And I refer to all these methods as outside in, meaning they use external methods to heal from the outside to the inside. Health issues are often a sign of something imbalanced. But of course, not all problems are due to emotional or mental issues. But even in the cases where genetics or environmental factors lie at the cause, addressing the symptoms through the various forms of chakra healing or chakra balancing can often speed recovery. However, another chakra balancing and clearing technique is from the inside out. And most emotional issues have roots in the mind because they affect how the person thinks, behaves, feels, and they relate to other people. Until the judgments and the emotional issues are addressed, external methods of healing may not be effective by themselves in the long term because the issue will often resurface either in the same or in another way. So for this reason, many people experience repeating patterns in their life and they don't understand why. So for instance, exercise, diet change, and other methods of outside-in remedies will no doubt help with the symptoms, but an unhealthy condition may return if the underlying mental and emotional issues are not addressed. An obvious example is with those who are overweight and they lose the weight, but they end up gaining it back, either because they medicate themselves with food or they have unresolved emotional issues. So to put everything back in balance, the person must also work out the mental reasons why they turn to food for comfort, which may be rooted in emotional issues. In the journey toward spiritual awakening, it's crucial to understand the concept of energy blockages. These blockages can hinder the flow of vital energy throughout your chakras, leading to being blocked with a health issue, relationship issues, and money issues. Energy blockages are like roadblocks on your path to spiritual growth, and they can prevent you from fully accessing your psychic and intuitive abilities and your manifestation ability, or experiencing true enlightenment. Energy blockages can manifest in a whole variety of ways, physically and emotionally. They can be caused by past trauma, negative experiences, unresolved emotions, or even inherited from your ancestors. And when energy is blocked, you may experience physical issues, such as chronic pain, fatigue, or being more susceptible to illness. Emotionally, you may feel stuck, anxious, unable to fully express yourself. Fortunately, there are ways to remove these energy blockages and restore the balance and clear the chakra. Chakra clearing and healing techniques can help release the stuck energy and promote a free flow of vital life force energy that can start moving through your whole body. And by addressing the blockages, you can unlock your potential, which you may not have realized, you may not even know exists. It's important to approach energy blockage removal with patience and self-compassion. Healing is a journey, and it takes time to release these deeply rooted blockages. It is also essential to seek guidance from experienced spiritual mentors or energy healers who can provide support and guidance along the way. Some of these are not easy to find on your own. So it's helpful to have a partner that you can work with or someone that you trust. One of the traps that everyone gets caught with are programs in the form of your conscious and unconscious beliefs. Many people think of these as subconscious programs, but they're usually a lot more than just something in your subconscious mind. People are actually quite often operate through the energies that are stored in their aura layers and in the chakra system. And your aura layers are projected by your chakras. The challenge with these lies in the discovery process because your subconscious, or what I'm calling unconscious beliefs, are not necessarily just in the subconscious, but they're hidden from you. They may have been formed when you were very young or even in past lives, and you may have no conscious memory of what they are or how you got them. What you do know are the symptoms. So you have a condition or a pattern that repeats, and you have no idea what's causing it. Maybe you have relationship difficulties or money problems, health issues, all with seemingly no explanation that makes any sense. And I can tell you, there are causes for all effects. And your effects may have been set in motion a very long time ago, creating pain, lack, loss, limitation, or struggles that don't make sense. Years ago, books were written about why bad things sometimes happen to good people. But the books never addressed what I'm discussing here. And they basically tell you have to learn to accept what is. And of course, that is good advice, but it doesn't answer the question or address a way to fix it. Mainstream therapists ridicule metaphysics. They ridicule psychic phenomena and subtle energy healing. I know I've been the butt of many jokes and ridicule from different people looking at me with a raised eyebrow and a glance. But there can be patterns and programs because all subtle energy has programming in it. And these can be resident in your chakras and in your aura. So as a result, a lot of conventional therapists miss the understanding of what's causing something and the solution. Now, once you have some idea of the type of energy patterns operating through each chakra, then you can direct specific healing methods to clear and dissolve the energy that's blocking there. You see, the soul has a natural intelligence about it, and that's your life force. And it will begin a healing process automatically. Plus, you'll also be able to eliminate the patterns that not only were responsible for contributing to the problem in the first place, but were attracting the problem. And this is because we live in a universe that is made of energy. And I often call it the mirror universe because it reflects back to you what you are transmitting and what you are projecting. And this is particularly true of patterns and programs that you aren't even consciously aware of. So I'm going to lead you through an effective method of clearing chakras using a variation of a visualization technique. So for the rest of this video, you'll want to do this in a meditative state. So if you're driving or doing something else, I would say to postpone the rest of this video till you have a time when you can be alone and in a peaceful place where you can do this. So you want to find a quiet, serene space where you can comfortably sit or lie down, and then take a few deep breaths. This helps to clear your mind. It helps to relax your body. And focus your attention on a chakra that you would like to clear. For instance, if you're feeling heartache over a loss, you can put your attention on the heart chakra, which is in the lower center of your chest. If you are worried or anxious or angry, you would focus on the third chakra, which is where the solar plexus is in the upper abdomen. If you're struggling with a painful childhood memory, put your attention below your navel, which is where the second chakra is. Imagine the chakra a little bit smaller than the size of a baseball and light gray in color. And put your attention on the issue that you want to heal or clear. Bring the memory to mind and ask all of the energy of the issue to turn that chakra the color red. So let's say it could be emotional pain, anxiety, sadness, anger, or any negative reaction. Next, bring your attention to the grounding column that you established earlier as I described in the video. Acknowledge this column goes all the way to the center of the earth. And now release and send all that red energy down the grounding column deep into the earth. Imagine a ball of golden light about the size of a basketball and send that down the grounding column now. In the place of that chakra that you just cleared, imagine there's a ball of golden light there about the size of a baseball, right where the chakra is. And think of it like the sun radiating light in all directions. Think of this as a healing light, penetrating the chakra and dissolving any blockages or stuck energy, any feelings or memories, and purifying, cleansing, and balancing that chakra. And as you continue to imagine that light radiating there, feel a sense of release and relaxation, knowing the chakra is being cleared and realigned by the intelligence of your soul, which is emerging with its brilliant light through that chakra. With each breath out, visualize any remaining negativity or blockages being expelled from the chakra, leaving it cleansed and purified. You can keep sending it down the grounding, or you can exhale it. Keep your attention on the ball of golden light, continuing to radiate light, and request that all causes and needs of troubling issues be dissolved. As you progress in your chakra clearing, you may also incorporate affirmations into the visualization. You want to choose positive statements that resonate with each chakra's qualities and repeat them silently or out loud if you can do that. For instance, you could affirm, I am open to giving and receiving deep healing love and light. I am open to giving and receiving deep healing love and light. Regularly dedicate time to practice grounding and visualization techniques, allowing yourself to go deeper into your chakra clearing and healing journey. And with patience and commitment, you will be gradually experiencing a transformative power through the techniques that I've been describing in this video. They're going to free you further on your path of spiritual evolution. I'll join you next time in another video.